Hello everyone, welcome to Donna K's Art on Display. Today I'm going to do a painting called Under the Sea. That's what I decided to entitle it. It will be a bubble wrap dip. I will be pouring paint on the bubble wrap, different colors, and then flipping the canvas and dipping that canvas into the paint. So the paint I'm showing right now is a combination of orange and yellow and green and all the other paints I used earlier in the week from different paintings. There are 6 other paints I'll be using on this bubble wrap, which are all ARTEZA pouring paints. As you can probably see, I've outlined a square on the bubble wrap. I just laid the canvas down and took a pen and just drew around it. That's just to give me an idea of where to put the paint, so I won't go too far outside the lines and waste too much paint. So here I'm drawing chevron signs, which I tend to do on bubble wrap. I don't know why. I do some squigglies too, but chevron's pretty fun to work with, and I think later on I probably even went ahead into the squigglies. And these colors I think look good together. Where I kind of freaked out a little bit was when I decided to take that cup of paints that I had used prior in the week for the other paintings and dump it on there, and I'm like, oh, what is this gonna look like? I was just, what a mess I am making, and blobs of it was coming out, and I was like, well, let's go with it, because you can always try to fix this. So all I'm doing right now is pouring on paints. Okay, I think I'm pretty close to getting ready to grab the canvas, flip it over, and press it down onto the paint on the bubble wrap. And once you've got that canvas down into the paint, you want to just gently press it into the paint on the edges and also on the whole base itself. But slowly and smoothly. Don't smush it in there. Just do light. It doesn't look like I'm being gentle, but I really am, and I'm not pressing down hard at all on that. Just trying to make sure we get all the canvas covered with paint. However, sometimes you will find some spots that were missed by paint. So let's take a look at what this first canvas will look like. Oh, pretty nice. I like it. Except we did miss a couple of spots. You can see 2 white blotches there on the canvas that didn't get covered with paint. So just pick a spot on the paint on the bubble wrap and grab some of that paint and with your finger and patch it up. So next thing we really want to do is cover the sides, the edges of the canvas. So you just dip it into that paint, flip it from one side to the next, and you got some nice looking edges too. There you go. That's the first one. And that paint will still change as we go along. So I'm going to put that canvas aside and start a second one. So we're back to the same bubble wrap, pouring the rest of that paint that was in the cup, which looks to be just green in there now, and pour some more of the ARTEZA paints. And hopefully I put some white in there, I don't remember. We're just going to do the same thing we did with the first canvas, but it will be a bit of a different design, because generally my second bubble wrap dips always tend to, I don't know, I don't really want to call them fuzzy, maybe smushy. Oh, there I decided to do squigglies instead of chevrons. But yeah, it doesn't, I think is not as sharp when you do the second one. All right, so here's number 2 canvas. My dog is snoring. And just tap the sides, tap the canvas, make sure it gets covered. There goes my clock. And here we go. Let's lift this one up, see what it looks like and how different it is. This kind of looks like just leaves, maybe. Maybe this is the seaweed under the sea, who knows? It's pretty. So we got to do the edges on this too. Made sure there weren't any white spots on the canvas also. And there's number 2 canvas. Ta-da! So those 2 are done. All I'm going to do here is I'm just taking the excess paint that's on the bubble wrap and I'm going to pour it into one of my cups and save that paint. Of course, it's going to be all those colors mixed in together, which will make a lovely brown. But what I'm going to do with that paint, probably a greenish brown, is I'm going to take that paint and use it as a base for another one. So thanks so much for watching. This has been Under the Sea Canvases.